Good morning, beautiful. I hope that this finds you well rested, ready to begin your day. This is your Daily Tarot and Oracle, your daily insight on life and love for April 11th, 2022, also being timeless. So wherever you're catching on time, it might hold some relevance. If not, I don't know, hang out. But anyways, this is general collective, never force these to fit your life. If at any point it's making you feel negative, just discard it. But what I'm seeing here is it seems like not at a crossroads. It seems like learning to stay away from negativity, but I'll get to that in a moment. If you have questions about booking a private session, go ahead to the main page, look for all the ways of contact. All my social platforms now are at Raising Savac, no underscores, no punctuation, no numbers, no spaces, no nothing. It's just one word, at Raising Savac. So yeah, my original Instagram, still haven't gotten it back. I'm kind of, in a way, giving up. Just report it, block it, don't interact with it. They're trying to do, let's see, Cash App stuff, or they're trying to do some sort of Bitcoin. That's definitely not me. I'm not DMing anybody. Anyway, back to the reading. Look at this. We have, I'm going to look at these in groups. So I'm feeling this one right away. It looks like the Sun card. So this is all about happiness and joy. Lovers, this could be about a relationship. It could be about your life choices. And we have the Eight of Cups. And it's all about healing and knowing when to walk away from something in your life. There's a major lesson, but you haven't reached the choice point yet, it looks like. This is all about healing, willpower. So again, let me reiterate, I don't care what the cards say. If a situation is toxic or abusive or illegal, get the heck away from it. So if it's not any of those, what was coming out next? This has been a long journey, and it looks like there's a lot of upsets that are coming into play right now. So what I'm seeing is happiness. You have the Sun at the end of Temperance, so it's on the horizon. There's a lot of hurdles and mountains that you've climbed on your path, and you've had angelic guidance this entire time to make sure that you're safe. So what I see is this was a reshaping of your life. You have been molded with such strong elements. Look at this. We have the King of Cups. They're sitting there with their ships coming in. Water is all around them. They're not falling off of that block. They are good. They are here for the party. They're here for the long run. They are incredibly sensitive to what other people are saying and doing. And what I see here is they have zero qualms with putting the stop to a lot of things. So I see them breaking in a pause because the King of Cups is not really happy. This is somebody who is very self-aware, very mature, and they're trusting their spidey senses now. So even though it looks like a challenge and that they're going through some sort of hardship, I think that they're still really good. So what is this all about? Oh, we have the Two of Cups right here. So shadow work with the Two of Cups. It seems like it's kind of hopeless in that somebody is breaking right now. Somebody hasn't been growing. They're incredibly charming. They're loving. There's a lot of wand energy around this. It's a very passionate energy. It's just somebody has not been growing. They're not seeing the payoff yet. And honestly, that person, whether it's you or somebody else, they're at their breaking point. So there's a Star card. It feels so hopeless for them. This shadow work, it's a rite of passage. Whoever this is needs to have a lot of strength. And this is dealing with some sort of balance in their life. They're trying to restore some sort of masculine feminine balance. They've been dealing with what seems to be a really hard time in healing. That is god awful. It feels like it's breaking. I don't wish that on anybody. So I'm getting pulled to the healing, Archangel Raphael healing. I see that there is an improvement in health. This is somebody who's leaving a lot of stressors in their life behind, and it feels like they're starting to feel like a kid again. That may or may not be the good thing right now. So if they're feeling like a kid again, chances are, if this seems to be unbearable shadow work, they're dealing with the ages that they are locked in on. I do feel like this is potentially somebody that is around you. So this could be a sibling, this could be friends, this could be lovers, this could be even somebody who's an authority figure in your life. I'm getting a strong feeling towards somebody who feels like an authority figure in your life. Now, this could be anybody who feels like their word trumps yours. Honestly, it doesn't, but there are those people. And if you're like me, you kind of want to put them in their place, knock them down a peg. You're all about empowerment, but you're not going to have somebody talk down to you. Let's see that. So let's see, the health is improving with them. So it looks like they're actually really going forward on the shadow work. So this forgiveness and prayer is coming into play. And I see that your home help is coming into play. So you actually, okay, I know how woozy this can sound. Not lost on me, not even a little bit. I've been doing this work for a while. I know how it can sound. I feel like there is a lot of angelic guidance around you. I feel like you are angelically protected. And I feel like there's a lot of instances of protection in your home. I know how that sounds, but I'm seeing this in the cards. And I don't say this all the time. So I kind of got to say, no matter what, I'm always going to say what I'm seeing in the cards. So this exercise is key. This is about you or them, whoever, maybe the situation, getting a move on, really putting in the effort, really learning to challenge themselves. So what happens in that challenge? Well, we're going back to this deck. Have faith. They're in recovery. All right. One day at a time. This person, whoever this is in your life, is having a really hard time with some form of addiction. I'm seeing this. I get it. I know how this can be. You know how the addictive mind can behave, whether it's through you or somebody that you've seen. No matter what, there is a string of addiction that somebody has access to in their life, whether it's through visual or through experience. Whoever this is about, one day at a time. They have to learn to take their life one day at a time, as do you have to take whatever this is one day at a time. So I see a miracle coming in. Have faith. Forgiveness is going to be part of this. Now, again, let me reiterate, because I don't care who this is in your life. If it's abusive, toxic, or illegal, get the heck away from them. It sounds so harsh, but I really don't want people to stay in that position where it says that they're going to get better. Yeah, they get away. So what I'm seeing here is a major case of imposter syndrome. Whoever this is, defensive because they don't know if they could do it. So they're dealing with tower moments. All right. I keep getting pulled to this, so we're gonna do this because I always do what I'm being pulled to do because, well, that's divine guidance now, isn't it? What is the tower moment about? Look at what I'm looking at. This person has horrible imposter syndrome, and man, they are defensive. They're fighting for their life. I honestly feel like whoever this is fighting for their life. Tower moment. Divine spark into fate. All right. Balance and romance. So this is somebody who, forgiveness. There's friendship. There's a lot that's coming in on this. Final cards. Okay, we have dreams and new beginnings. So what I'm seeing here is this might be somebody who is really close to you. Maybe there's a level of intimacy in this connection. And it's talking about wanting to have a new start. They are absolutely terrified of having balance in their life. You or them, or maybe everybody involved, not used to balance, are they? Are you? Is anyone? It seems like somebody has stemmed from chaos, which you know how that can go. There's forgiveness. It feels like this quip in Utopia, where people are conditioned to be the villain, and then they get punished for being the very villain that they've been created by society and their peers to be. This person wants to have a new beginning and a new start, but it's like life doesn't let them have that. And they're trying to follow, the signs, the dreams. They're trying to connect to source and spirit. It feels like a lot of effort. The new beginning is going to be terrifying for them. And it goes back to the sobriety, one day at a time. This person loves life. They want to continue their life, and they want to continue with those that they care about. So it's establishing a firm base of companionship. I do feel like regardless of the connection, whatever the kind of connection, it looks like there is an attempt to have a rebasing of friendship, to be understood, to listen without judgment, to follow the sense of peace without attachment or expectation. So they are dreaming. They're dreaming about signs, and they're dreaming about synchronicities. They may even be dreaming about you and dreaming about what this new beginning is going to look like. So dream isn't necessarily always about dreaming. It's like daydreaming, wanting this life to come to fruition. So let's talk about this new beginning. I'm being pulled to, I'm going to end up using this entire deck. I just know it. Stretch, motivating to take excellent care of themselves. They are really going to work on their spiritual work. They're going to work on feeling good about themselves and their life. They want to lead a life that they are proud of. And somehow that involves you, to whatever the dynamic is. So there's somebody in your life that you apparently have been going through the ringer with. And let's see. They're going to be working on their motivation and care in themselves in all ways. So it looks like there's a feeling of rejection. It feels like not ready to give you a love message yet, whether it's platonic or romantic, doesn't matter. Somebody's not coming in with a message. It's what they want, but they're not coming in with a message because they need to work on healthy boundaries and not being a doormat to people. They need to work on truth and integrity and being free. And honestly, they're fighting a battle that people have no idea what it's about. This keeps them up at night. This has been weighing on them for a very long time. And I think that they keep this hidden. This is creating such a sense of toxic energy about them. They have to discover that what their problem is not part of their circus. So I often say, not my circus, not my monkeys. And this is something that they have to discover in their life because they're not ready to take the leap forward with this being part of them. It feels like just before the launch, whatever the lies are, it seems like it's being discovered. It seems like there is a battle in the background, which I want to actually look into. Let me see. You know, I have so much stuff on my Merlin's desk. It's redonkulous. Okay. I'm being pulled to two separate decks. Man, you can really see everything on here, can't you? Enjoy. Okay. I'm getting pulled to the postcard from Spirit and the daily guidance from your angels. So I'm feeling just the bottom card, so whatever this is. Hold on. Pause and read if you don't want to hear me yap. Okay. So this is from a loved one who's crossed over or from your main guide, but I want to tell you about the battle that they are fighting or you are fighting and why it's so important to have boundaries right now. Since you're on Earth, you understand how buildings are built. Yes, a good solid foundation and yet flexibility too, in case of earthquakes. Truth be told, you can't offer something sustainable unless it's built from a solid base. Whether it's an idea that takes the form of one step at a time or an actual house that needs a sturdy foundation dug, poured, and built. We want to remind you of this because you might need a little encouragement to see that this is true in your life at this time. Celebrate the fact that right now you can repair the cracks in the foundation of your life effortlessly. as well as do general site checks to make sure that your hard work is being well supported. Do this and know that you are building your life on a perfect and sound foundation that will allow you to welcome many new miracles waiting to come visit. We're so happy for you and so intrigued by what you're building. Love, Spirit. Great, grand, dandy. Now what does this deck want to tell you? It's about relationships. Fun. All right, so what's this one? Innocence and Cupid. And let your past go. I feel like there's one more in here. What's this? Fresh air. Yeah. You need to open up your heart. You need to get your blood pumping and air everything out. So this, you need to air you or them, somebody needs to air everything out so that they can finally move on and let their past go. There is such an element of innocence protected in this person, whether it's you or them. This person really does want whatever this relationship is, but they need to have a better relationship with themselves, and they need to be open up. They need to be open up to love. There's an element of having their innocence restored in their life. So they have to do the internal work and go and retrieve said innocence. Whoever this is about to do a complete either 90-degree or 180. I'm not sure. But I want to look at the let the past go. What is this involving? All right, here we go. What is this involving? It's involving a change in direction. This person needs to be listened to. They want commitment. They want to see love, but they need to learn to listen and be listened to. Source and Spirit is giving some very clear directions about this. This person is trying to see how other people have showed up for them in their life, and even at its disservice, it's looking at it trying to be loved. So this, I think, the pause that's being put on them, Spirit is slowing them down, taking them through their life. And it looks like in all the ways that a person could love them, what they had meant in their actions, in their words, and sometimes the love that they needed was not the love that they had got. And that can hurt a person. So this is recognizing where those mishaps have happened, seeing them for the attempts that they were from very broken people, and seeing how that's affected them, seeing how this is affecting them and you and the world around them, learning to listen to the signs around them. All right, so where do we want to go? Right or wait? Because of course we want to. All right, after this introspection, I see a point of compromise and surrender going on. What is this? Insecure and defensiveness. Somebody is coming towards you with their knees shaking. It's going to get better. They're learning not to be so codependent, toxic. They're learning to not focus on the karma of their life and learning to celebrate their life more. So what's going to be the coming together of that? Because I see really strong effort being put in, a lot of insecurity around it because this person is terrified that they can't do this. And honestly, this might be you who's afraid that you can't do this. All right, so this is what I'm looking at currently. I see the effort in celebration. And I'm seeing the fear that's going into that. So final cards from Angel Therapy Oracle. We have emotional sensitivity. It's time to really sense each other out. And then we have Power Animal. This is look for the signs and symbols in animal form around you, supporting healing work from Archangel Raphael. Okay, you and them are earth angels here to teach the world about love. So clearing out all the addictions in your life and what it's caused you to believe about yourself and how it's blinded you from your own intuition. Sacral chakra and heart chakra. These are things that are going to be going from healing right now. And then we have song and dance. So final cards from this are involving learning how to shield yourself and your energy, not letting people have such immense access to you, and learning what those healthy boundaries are. And also staying away from negativity, trusting your gut, learning to follow your own tune. There's authenticity all around this, and healing your heart from the ways that people did not know how to show up for you in your life, and how that's been a major effect on you. And the way that people show love is not the way that people need love sometimes, and that needs to be reconciled within the person so that they don't hang on to it as a wound, and that they can move on to healthy connections, not only in their life, but with themselves. I see somebody who is stepping into their true form. Now this may be healing the connection, or it may just be seeing them in a new light. So to shield themselves, if you follow this advice, what is this leading you to? All right. It's leading to lots of healing, willpower, going the distance, going on a journey. There's a major journey up ahead. It doesn't look like there's a lot of resources, but this is something that is adapted. The mountains are far off in the distance. Keep looking forward. This has been the Daily Tarot and Oracle, the daily insight on life and love for April 11th, 2022, also being timeless. So wherever you're catching in time, again, if you have questions about booking a session, seeing what I provide, seeing what might be right for you, pricing, sales, discounts, time zones, availability, go ahead to the description, find the email address, or you can find me on the social platforms and send me a DM. So I changed all my social platforms to @RaisingSavak. There's nothing else. Even my original IG, I don't think I'm getting it back. So ignore it. I'm not trying to sell you crypto. I'm not trying to look for support or endorsements. No. I'll talk to you next time. And until then, stay safe, have fun, and just know that you're greatly loved and appreciated. Bye for now. So what I'm seeing here is, it looks like being very cautious. And this is involving being heard. It's involving commitments in your life. It looks like something that you can't seem to get away from. There's a path that's coming up ahead, and it looks like there's a lot riding on this. And we have a certain feeling of either apathy or just complete detachment from it. We have yin and yang energy here. So there's a decision that has to be made. It is involving people who are near and dear to your hearts. These are connections of sorts in your life. There's a decision that has to be made. There's a path that's up ahead. You have a lot that's riding on this. This might be family business. This might be a career move. This might be some sort of a relationship in your life. Well, everything is in relationship, isn't it? It looks like fear of moving forward, hesitance in moving forward, but it does look like a rebirth. It does look like somebody is presenting some sort of proposal or opportunity in life. They want to give you something. Well, I suppose it's your hesitance that's being shown right here, and it looks like rebirth, and it looks like, I want to draw more on the Ace of Cups. So this might be you taking the offer, or it might be you in rebirth and going into something else. The King of Swords is in reverse. So it looks like there's no follow through, and lightning is about to strike. So what is this leading to? Complete upset, and then we have the Four of Wands in reverse. So what I'm seeing here is it looks like there's a major chance that you might not take somebody's offer. They're not gonna like that. So what is this leading to? Feeling lonely, isolated. It's causing a chink in the chain. And then we have, there's guilt surrounding it. This is going to be a long time to work through because you are dropping every sense of obligation that's not yours. It looks like somebody is taking what's being offered to them. We have this feeling of a major issue with you being vulnerable, understandable. It feels like working really hard towards a compromise. You feel like you can make anything work. Really, it's ungrounded. There's a lot of ungroundedness around here. Let's look at the colors on here. Blue, it's about healing. There's repressed healing that's going on. Whatever the hiccup is, it's temporary, but it's stressing you out. There's truth that's going to come about a third-party situation, and I think that this is going to be where ultimately where your resolve goes to, because look, it goes right into the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. It looks like bad dealings, major financial, either loss or material loss, or just all around a major sense of loss. Something's coming in really fast to sweep you out of this, either off your feet, because whatever excuse that you're giving yourself is completely bull crap. You see that there's nothing holding you back. Any excuse that is being given right now, it's not really taking any root. It's not a tree. Look, the fence is not made of anything of substance. They're made of swords. You can take these out and use them to your advantage. It looks like a feeling of hopelessness around this entire thing. So you're already feeling bad. So in this, it's feeling stuck and kind of in your own personal brand of hell, waiting for this third-party situation to come to light. You guys have not been growing and you're not moving forward, and you can't really understand why. So that's probably why you're on the fence. Whatever is up is about to be revealed. And then we have, again, there's no hope. There's no hope for somebody who apparently can't be transparent. So I want to draw some more on this. Tell me more about the Star card in reverse. All right. You're more self-contained, very sensitive, self-made. You're highly independent. The thing is, you don't really need anything. So why are you hung up on this? There's strong earth energy around this. Feelings of worthiness are completely askew. You have to recognize and remember the total badass boss that you are. Yeah, stop holding on your beliefs. This, you need some help with the willpower to get away from, I think, half-hearted attempts. So it looks like you really have been growing amazingly as a person. I really see that you are making just kind of like the best decisions for yourself. Yeah, I have a lot of cards this time, but look, this has been such a long journey for you. It's been a long time coming, and I see that you are going to defend every single choice that you make, and you're going to defend your way of living and also your identity as a person. So what I'm seeing here is a pause. Why, might you ask? Well, old wounds are coming up. So I see that this is something that you've been holding on to for quite some time. I feel like you're this really confident person and that you're going to overcome this. This is the part of you that I think that you really held off on looking at. And it's, I think that it's seeking approval or people pleasing that's really about, you know, the actions that you have taken. But I see that this is, you are unobtainable to those people who you would seek validation from in the past. Like, I see that you've moved on from them. However, these are the ghosts that are still kind of an issue with you. So it's not an actual thing that's a problem in your life. It's recognizing, oh my God, I don't need to get this from these people anymore. I feel so free. And that's where I see kind of the healing process happening. See, look, I see that I'm kind of putting these three together because it seems like, yes, you're a very self-made person, but acknowledging the fact that you are no longer seeking the validation from the people that you've sought it from in the past, this is only going to increase, I think, your power in life. I want to say tenfold, because look, we have the 10 of Pentacles here. This is all about materialism, grounding, and gold. Even finances. But honestly, that can honestly go with gold too. So look, it looks like finally being able to enjoy your life. I feel like you really are being able to enjoy your life at this point in time. You've straightened your crown. You have been moving on from anything that feels like it's a distraction. And it feels like moving on from anything that is karmic. It's been a long healing journey for you, but now I see that it's time for you to actually actualize the healing. It's like the final switch that's been turning on in your life, and I feel like this needs to be acknowledged. It's not anything that needs to be fought for. It's like, oh yeah, it's the final yard. And I can't wait to see what this brings for you after, because look, everybody is in celebration for you. Okay, so using the Wisdom of the Oracle, this is what I have in front, and my interpretation of it is a sense of unrest for you, and I think that you don't allow yourself to fully express your gifts and talents. You're not ready to display them into the world. It's just a matter of, I think, getting the recognition for the gift that you have, which is why you're putting on that block. It feels like the yin card in reverse, actually. You're blocking the flow of abundance to you, whatever abundance would be for you. So we have the poised. You are more ready than you know. Start cleaning up all this gunk in your life. All it is getting you into the resistance mode. It feels like a lazy mode. And I was being pulled to these cards. I'm not calling you lazy. It feels like stagnance. It feels like a push for the resistance of laziness. So I was also being pulled to this. We have good night's sleep, detoxification, and then second opinion. Exercise is key. Consult a nutritionist. This is dealing with the body chemistry. And no, I'm not telling you to diet or exercise. Pay attention to your body and what it's telling you. The detox is, where have you been carrying all of these feelings of resistance in your body? Where have you been feeling sluggishness? Where have you been ignoring what the cravings that you've been having are telling you? And that's so weird to say too. Ignoring the cravings that you've been having. Where have you been withholding the very thing that you've been drawing yourself to? I want to go towards the Wisdom of the Oracle again. What does it want to tell you? You're afraid of what tomorrow will bring for you, so you're sitting back and watching. It's not sitting back and watching. You're really withholding yourself. So then we have the new life. Your new life is starting for you, and the unfinished symphony is actually you striving for closure. You have to think outside the box with how that's going to look, because your idea of closure isn't necessarily closure. It's you and getting, I think, the acknowledgement that you have to walk away from certain things in your life. You want whatever you're walking away from to be able to notice you leaving, like give you the last goodbye, either that or to fight for you to show that it still wants you. But this is not going to be fulfilling for you. It's not going to get the closure that you want or that you need, and you'll always be vying for it. So there's, I think, one more card in here. What's this? Organic foods. We're looking for organic situations in your life and organic things to feed into your soul, not a sense of being manufactured. So this is the, I think, the final card that you are going to pull. The never-ending story. When are you ever going to be enough? Well, you're enough for people who see your actual worth. So whatever has been growing is actually coming to full fruition right now, and it feels like a judgment call. You're not going to suffer. That's, I think, the main thing that you need to know. There's no more suffering in your books. I see you coming out of the gray area. I see a lot of willfulness about you. I think that's what kept you in the gray area. This is what I'm looking at right here. So look, keep your wits about you. It feels emotionally strong. It feels like borderline bossy. It feels kind of pushy on your end, but I feel like this is a sense of control that you are obtaining. So this, long time coming, this can be involving deep soul bonds in your life. Happiness is at the, happiness is on the horizon. It's a long journey to get there, but this is so incredibly fulfilling for you. It's something that truly fills your cup. There's not a choice to be made at this time with it. It's basically just seeing everything through. I see that you've been walking through with a lot of burdens. It's one thing after another, and it always feels like it's an uphill battle for you. What you're being pushed to recognize right now is that you are at the peak of all of the challenges. And what you're doing is looking at the steps in front of you so you can start walking your way down off of what seems to be like the tip of the mountain, almost like a cliff. It's not a cliff. It's pretty steep, but I don't think that you're going to fall on your keister. What you're walking towards is a celebration of union in your life. So this is kind of what I'm seeing with you. Ay vey. So since it's talking about union, celebration, something coming together, something that's been growing, the empire behind you, the willpower to see this through, I want to also offer my glorious disclaimers. I always have, always will, and will continue to do so. If any union in your life is abusive, toxic, illegal in any way, shape, or form, get the F away from it. I don't care what the cards say. And the chance that it's not, because I don't feel like it necessarily is, then, you know, hey, celebration, awesome. Things are going to get better. Woohoo. All right. Okay. So, all right. Now we have the celebration. Now what? Really? Really, dude? Really? Okay. All right. 2 steps forward, 1 step back. So it looks like there's nerves all around this celebration. What the heck is that about? You feel like some sort of a failure. This is going to be something that slowly builds and heals. You're not a failure. You're coming back down to earth, and it's not going to be something that completely rolls you over. This is going to take time, but now you have to deal with the hard feelings of this. It is rough, but it's going to be healing. All right, so I was kind of curious about what's coming towards you, and it looks like something's coming in fast. It's ungrounded, and this is what seems to be somebody who's at a new start in their life. It doesn't make them any less ungrounded, but it looks like they're not offering you anything that you want, and they're highly defensive. You don't even have a good feeling about it, and honestly, you're not willing to go against your gut anymore. I think that you've made a lot of major choices in your life, and that you've worked so flipping hard on yourself. Look at you. Look, I don't care what your gender is. I honestly couldn't give 2 craps. This is genderless. Look at this fabulous androgynous free bird here. Look at that. Look at what they're growing. Look at everything that's behind them. The more they grow, the more that they earn. So there's been a lot that you've put into this, and you're seeing the payoff of it now. So we're looking at the solar plexus. All right. And I keep hitting my coffee cup. Why do I have coffee at 9 o'clock at night? What's my problem? Yes, I record these a day in advance. Now what? So this is belief in details, constructive versus self-criticism, thoughts and perfection, willpower and power and control over self versus others. So this is a lot of mental energy that you are kind of displaying right now. So look, don't let any sort of tyrant in your life break you down. You have gotten away from this before. I do feel like this is toxic masculinity that does not have a gender identity. Get away from that concept. So this is something that you've fought really hard to get away from. And this is something that's making a grand appearance in your life. I can guarantee you the reason why this is coming about is because it's a test. I love that. All right. So what happens when you pass the test? Because you're going to pass the test. You're going to take a break. You are definitely taking a break from all the karma in your life. And you are going to probably close up because you need to recover from this, and it feels like you just don't want to be bothered. You're going to focus on your craft, and you're going to focus on what seems to be peace. It seems to be peace, and learning when to walk away from things that are hopeless, toxic, and kind of crazed. So look, you're going to be focusing on what it is that you do want to grow rather than what it is that you want to kind of demolish. So that all involves this ungrounded masculine energy, which you've just spent, I think, decades getting away from. Congrats on the growth.